What is the difference between psychological abuse and emotional abuse? They sound very similar.
Emotional abuse and psychological abuse are meant to do the same thing. So they both are meant to lower your self esteem and make you feel worse about yourself, belittle you essentially. But the way it's enacted is slightly different. So, emotional abuse, an abuser will outrightly just call you stupid, say that you're stupid, call you these names. But with psychological abuse, it's done under plausible deniability. So, what they will do instead is here's a scenario. They will say, "Hey, I noticed when we were out with friends, everyone was laughing and they all got the joke and you laughed like few seconds after and you just like didn't get it." And you do that a lot. Did you notice that you do that a lot? And so you could see how they're not outwardly calling you stupid, but they are implying that you are. And they are making you feel like you're a bit slower than everybody else around you. And when that person continuously says stuff like that, it makes you then believe that you are stupid. And so they will keep doing that. And so it's almost sneakier, right? So they won't say that you're stupid, but by doing things like this repeatedly, they imply that you are, and then you start believing it in yourself. And that's almost worse because it lowers your self esteem. It chips away at who you are. And you're not entirely sure why, because while you have these comments from your abuser, it's hard to sometimes pinpoint that they're the cause of your lowered self esteem. And you start blaming yourself and truly believing these things about yourself. So it's why I think sometimes psychological abuse, mental abuse is more insidious and more destructive because it happens over time. Like we've mentioned, the analogy of death by a thousand paper cuts, and you are not entirely sure why you start feeling these things about yourself. The only thing you really understand is that you're feeling these things and that you hadn't before. You haven't thought these things about yourself before.